Miami. Miami, 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 Miami. It feels like Miami.
Welcome to Miami Heat Beat Postgame Show, brought to you by Robinhood. I'm your host, Giancarlo Navas, and with me today, we got the Blue Sky, the Heat Blue Sky president, Alf.
Is that what I am now?
I don't know. I thought you said that.
I did. I declared it. I didn't know if anyone
You
actually
declared it in a
attention.
private group chat.
I know. I did it on Blue Sky too, but like there's like 15 people on there. No, it's actually very good. It's like very positive. I don't know if I fit, but I'm trying. I'm trying not to cuss.
I hear that shit's kumbaya as fuck. I hear it's
like listen. There's not as many racists, not as many fascists. I haven't been called a slur a single time. It's kind of weird. I don't.
It's not the experience you're used to.
No, I saw a horse cock. So
we're so back.
Yeah.
Holy.
Kyle, you're not old school Heat Twitter. You don't understand.
I do understand.
You don't get it, and you don't have to get it. You know, that's a bygone era. Also joining us is Kyle Scarlett. What's up, man?
I'm here. Wishing I hadn't heard about the horse appendage. That's a throwback.
And
a simpler time. A simpler time.
A happier time. Also joining us is the Pelle Larsson conductor. Saucy Takes, Coach Lu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. The fucking train has left the station. So if you don't have
it's gone. It's a bullet train. And that shit,
we're moving. We're moving and grooving like
gone.
G through Japan.
That shit's flying through North America into space.
It's in Sweden right now, G. That's where it takes off from.
It's just going. It's fucking going. Listen, we were talking about this before the show started. Alf, I'm not that mad at this game.
Shadow show. Sorry.
I know, the shadow show. You're not that mad at this game. It's bad for our anti-Rozier agenda.
Not necessarily.
I think we can.
I can flip it. I can do, but no. Okay, you're right.
No. I want to hear what you think.
No. Like, I'm not mad at this game because, like, in our one of our group chats, G, there was a point they were down like 20, and I was like, the Heat are winning this game. And partially the reason I thought that is because and Lou pointed out at halftime, the Bucks had 2 shots at the rim in the first half, right? Like, it was not a sustainable game plan for Milwaukee. Like, none of that stuff was, like, sustainable. There's no Giannis. And I just felt like it was just a lot of Dame chucking shots and, like, other guys making crazy shots. Brook Lopez hitting fadeaways that, at the end of a shot clock. Like, none of it seemed sustainable, but it was also like, can the Heat score enough to make up this gap, right? And they did. They made up the gap. What I feel like the game was lost, and this is like, I've been super nitpicky on Spo this season, but it was at the beginning of that fourth quarter, right? They come out with maybe the dumbest fucking lineup I've ever seen in my life. It's like you put that lineup in either if you're up 30 or down 30. it's Khalil Ware, Alec Burks, Terry Rozier, Jaime Jaquez, who has been god awful since like game 3 of the season. And I forget who else was out there. It was just a bad fucking lineup. And that's where you lost all the momentum from the third quarter, right? The anti-third quarter. And then so that's where I'm like, okay, I can flip the Terry heroics. Part of the reason you needed Terry heroics is because you let all the momentum go from the third quarter with that shitty starting lineup to go into the fourth. So, yes, I think Terry did. He played out of his mind. He hit some huge shots. It was great. But yeah. Oh yeah, it was. I think Hero was also in that group.
Yep. Someone
in the chat says. But yeah, I think that's where the game was lost. But listen, it's nitpicky, right? You came back from down 22 to make it a really close game. I mean, the Bucks just shot crazy for like 60% of the game. All right, you know what? Listen, it is what it is. I'm happy that this rotation outside of Terry Rozier playing an entire fourth quarter was way closer to what I would actually like to see from the Heat. Pelle Larsson getting really good minutes, looking fantastic. Kel'el Ware is a backup 5, looking good out there. Like, he played some really good minutes, was impactful at the rim. Offensively, he still has some things to work on, but I'd rather see him out there than a Thomas Bryant. Like, in very limited until the 4th, Terry Rozier minutes and no Josh Richardson. Like, listen, it's what I wanted to see, and it was a close game. So for the most part, I'm happy.
I mean, Larsson, to your point, Alf, he played 22 minutes, which is the highest minute total outside of Jimmy, Bam, and Hero. Played more than Rozier, and I think that kind of he had the energy. And Lou, you're nodding because he's such a fucking Heat guy. He made a difference. He was making plays. He had energy. They haven't had that guy since, dare I say it, Kyle Lowry the first year. That kind of connector, kind of disruptor. I think Caleb did a lot of that year as well. Like, just an active motherfucker who's just like in every play.
Yeah, I think and I said it even when at the moment we drafted him, like, everybody, sees a white guy. They try to compare him to a shooter. I likened him a lot more to what Caleb does, obviously without the chaos, and some of the horrible shot selection. But, like, he does some of the things that, it's no coincidence Spo had basically 5 days off, and now for 2 consecutive games back, he's been the player who's played the most minutes aside from your big 3. Like, he forces you to play him. Like, I thought it was very telling in that third quarter when they went down 22. The first person off the bench was Pelle Larsson, and they entered the 4th down 5 to Alf's point. What they did in the 4th, then that was fucking horrible to start the quarter. But regardless,
and they still brought it back.
And they brought it back one more time. Shout out Boost. But it's still like, he was impactful yet again today. Like, it was what it was. I thought Kel'el had some good minutes from time to time. You can still see he's a little bit like, he didn't trust the rotation behind him and he didn't fully commit to a block, which, it's good because he used to overcommit to those. But still, I think him getting minutes today over Love was needed because Love did not look like he can maintain any sort of defense with this perimeter team. Like, it was just not, he was really struggling to contain the ball, or the ball was moving too fast for him to recover because
Love is the option when Giannis and Lopez are out there.
Exactly. But not when Lopez isn't out there and they have Bobby Portis at the 5. Like, those minutes should not have been, like, they tried Love and they should have because he's been sensational this year, but it didn't work. And I'm glad Spo was able to pull him and give Kel'el Ware some of these minutes. I see people saying
Kel'el Ware made Bobby Portis his bitch, by the way. So, like, he'll go down as an all-time Heat player for me, like Danny Granger in that one Christmas game.
No, he had some good moments today too, in particular defensively more so than offensively. Offensively, he just finished the lob. Little things that he's supposed to do, he did. So great job there. But the team just felt more connected coming out in the second half. You know what it is to be down and you allowed 2 rim attempts in one half? That's fucking insane. That is genuinely insane. That never happens. The Bucks finished with
shooting that. Yeah. I mean, it's like, and Lillard hit. Alf, you had tweeted, you're just like, I'm not mad at this game when they were down 20. So, like, what you're saying is not some shit. You were saying that when it was at its worst.
At halftime, I was like, they played well. Like, okay, they didn't play. It wasn't like great, but like, it was. They played.
You can't
solid.
be that mad at that. Kyle, what I was telling Alf was like, I guess the only thing you could nitpick is maybe they let them get a little bit too comfortable early on. Like, once Dame hits 2 of those, I think you got to be a little bit more physical. And I think you saw that, Kyle, in the second half. The physicality absolutely was elevated, and that felt like Miami Heat defense, which I got to be honest, the last year and change, I don't think I felt that from this team. I haven't felt that physicality, that like suffocation out of their defense. And I think this is the first time in a while that they've gotten that.
Right. One, I think Lillard had to have this game. Otherwise, we're having a different conversation. And it took 37 points. I heard a lot of, during the broadcast, I don't know how people can listen to Van Gundy. I'm sorry. But
it's all-time stinker from him.
It today. Please swap him out for somebody else on the call.
I love Stan, but all-time stinker out of him today.
We got to the line because we drove to the basket. Just to put that there. like the Heat are, which I don't know if that's like science for call like other teams or for official or other media pundits. The Heat are not like they shoot threes, but their game is often at the rim, which is horrendous because if you consider this year on layups, that hasn't been the best, hasn't been the best thing. But they are typically a team that plays effort basketball, which happens to happen at the rim. One, I like that they were physical with him. I don't like that he had 25 at the halftime mark. But what can you do? Like it's not like we're talking about some scrub. Like this guy shoots the same. He is the similar player as far as shot profile as Steph Curry, and the difference is Steph makes a lot more of them more frequently, and he can.
I'd say
actually
like
play.
Kyrie actually, because like he likes those.
That's also a good comparison as
well.
But I do think they were in his jersey for the most part. If a team is going to shoot 65% for two quarters, you tip your hat and keep playing. Like,
and that's what they did. Kyle, that's what they did. They just they kept playing and they chipped away at it, and they played the law of averages. Like like to lose point in the chat at halftime, you shoot 2 shots at the rim. Like
and AJ made some shots.
Water reaches his level.
Those were tough shots, right? If he makes them, you're like, all right, cool. He made a shot. I don't think Tyler could have played better defense on that. But I think overall, the lineups were a little wonky in my opinion. Like I see Spo kind of trying to do some things experimenting wise, but like do that if everybody understands where there's I'm not gonna until I see it run smoothly. I'm gonna mention this every time. I still don't think guys know where they're going. So until that point where I see guys run his offense cohesively, where I'm like, that's what Spo wanted out of this particular movement or this particular lineup that he's calling for. He threw some guys in there. I don't think Ware played horribly. I think Pelle played amazing as far as what he could give. He's a rookie. I think, if I have to be honest, a lot of those foul calls is because he's a rookie. You're not going to get the benefit of the doubt on some of those. Am I mad about Tyler taking a 3 to go up? No, because he's made those shots over the last 5 or 6 games.
No, they got a good look. Like I don't even think that's worth the conversation. I mean,
they're not going to win with the same line
at home,
the same play from.
No, I would have loved. Like, it's nitpicking at this point. At that point, at that point where you're at that point in the game, like it's crapshoot, right? Unless you can get those shots at the rim that they've been getting, and at some point the luck's going to run out, right? You're not going to get that every game. But I would have loved if Tyler took some more dribbles and took maybe a floater, or maybe a little bit of a runner. But you know what? Like that, Tyler could hit that shot. What I'm more mad about is Terry Rozier thinking he could take a fucking dribble with
1.2.
Wait, the man caught. So I'm not gonna lie. I turned it off because I thought with 0.3, transparently, I didn't know they put time back on the clock.
They did.
It showed we're
Thank
down.
God you didn't watch that.
3 with 1.2. I thought it was 0.3. I'm like, all these guys have to do is brick a free throw, and that's
no. So they made both free throws. They got 1.2 seconds left. Duncan. So a lot of people were criticizing the fact that Duncan was the one inbounding when he's their best 3-point shooter. I'm like, Duncan is their best inbounder. I would have liked, but I would have.
It's him and Kevin.
Yeah,
but they do have. There's a good point. So maybe Duncan should have been out there curling for a 3. At least his gravity would have done something.
If we're being real.
Yeah, Jimmy doesn't need to be out there. But the funny thing is, Kyle, Terry gets the ball with 1.2 seconds left, pretty much open. He takes a dribble.
Can we find this play? This is an all-time.
And they're like, he misses the shot. But if you watch the replay, it would have been a shot clock violation anyway. Like
that shit took him 3 seconds.
Quintessential Terry.
Like, what is, he had a game today. Shout out Terry Rozier. He shot 1 catch and shoot 3 this whole game, and he passed out or dribbled. Let me not say passed out. He dribbled out of like 6 of them. Am I the only one watching this?
Yeah.
No, and it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Finally, he started pulling the trigger in the fourth quarter, and he started hitting shots. But before that, like even Stan was saying, "Oh, he looks timid." Like,
Yeah.
and it was like because the nigga's been trash. Like, he got benched for being trash. So now he's like, "Yo, I can't be trash. I'm not gonna be trash." And then he's doing his fucking and one dribble bullshit. Like, listen, I'm trying not to hate on that man because like he
kept us in it.
But I think I think some of the reason that he had to keep us in it was some of Spo's decision making. Like when they go to timeout and they go to commercial with like 8:15 left, right? And you come back from commercial, right? That means you had a big 45 seconds, a minute and a half, 2 minutes to think about this shit, and you came back and at 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter with Jaime, Burks, and Rozier. Like, bro, come on. You want some nut shit, Spo? Like, what are you doing?
Alf, like you said, water reaches its level. And it did with Terry Rozier too. Like,
water reaches level, Alec.
Yeah, like, I don't know. But, like, to the Tyler play call.
That man is going to give you 17 to 19 points. It doesn't matter how many,
or the other, goddamn
whether it's 8 minutes or 35 minutes, he's going to give you 17 to 19 points.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
177 dribbles, but he will get there. You can count them bitches out too. I did today. But like the Tyler play call, I thought it was a great play call. Like, it's the same play that the Heat have ran 2 times and gotten layups out of, with the second wrinkle being the Tyler curling after Jimmy cuts. And it's got a wide open look.
Lou, it's a wide open shot for your best 3-point shooter this season.
Yeah, I'm not upset at that. If anything, I'm way more upset at Tyler for taking the fucking sidestep 3-pointer with 40 seconds over Brook Lopez with 20 seconds on the shot
after
clock.
Almost losing the ball in the backcourt.
Yeah, that was just absolutely atrocious. But
and then there was a Jimmy.
No. I think
I felt like was a dagger. Like, once that shit happens,
we need to track that. We need to track that. If Jimmy shoots a 3-pointer with under 5 minutes in a game, in a clutch game, and he misses, the Heat lose. It's done.
I knew it was done.
That shit has a 95% hit rate for a loss.
When he hits that, it's primo Cartagenian.
Oh yeah, that 1 out of 20 he hits right in that situation.
You were there at the fucking Milwaukee game. Come on. He hits that, and it's like.
I will say I didn't mind that he took it, that he didn't hesitate. But my goodness, I do mind that he shoots that. Like, he was getting whatever he wanted all game, too. Like, he was getting to the line. Again, Jimmy looked good yet again offensively, in my opinion. We got another game where he dominated the ball because.
He had like 13 free throws today. That's the formula.
He's been really aggressive.
Yeah.
Him with these starters as opposed to him before, and even when you swap out like Highsmith for Pelle, like, it still gives Jimmy the right to be Jimmy and be the Jimmy that was playoff Jimmy in terms of, like, he's forced to have the ball. Like, that's when Jimmy's at his best. Like, people on Twitter were saying the Heat finally got their starting point guard back today. I was like, he's been here for 2 games. It's been Jimmy Butler. Like, what are we doing?
On the call, they said that the Heat have the highest percentage of made corner threes in the NBA right now, which is
made corner threes and attempted as well.
Which is, it's the shortest part of the court
for the offense.
It's a high IQ shot to take. Just didn't know that they were leading the league in it, which is an interesting.
Kyle, the crazy part about that is Miami was always a team that got like wing threes off handoffs, off stuff like that. So the fact that there's an effort to, they were taking last year, I think, the first or second most mid-range shots by a lot. And now they're not taking a lot of mid-range shots because they have no good mid-range shooters. And they're taking a lot of corner threes that they're good at because Duncan's a good shooter. Tyler's gotten a lot of good looks out of there. I think Rozier as a catch and shoot guy is so much better than him with the ball in his hand. And I think you kind of saw that. I know you've been saying,
This is why he's better in the fourth quarter, because nobody trusts him to handle the ball.
Literally, dog.
They're like, hey, bro.
Jimmy.
Hey,
and Tyler.
That's why the beginning of the fourth quarter was trash, because Tyler and Jimmy were in there. Once they got back in, they're like, bro, don't touch the fucking ball. Give it to us. Yep. Right? And then, unfortunately, the 2 leading the charge at the beginning of the fourth quarter were Jaime, who, like, love you, bro. But
we need to have a conversation.
Yeah, there needs to be a conversation, because at this point, playing Burks, Jaime,
Sioux Falls?
Not Sioux Falls.
It's not even Sioux Falls, but some of these minutes need to go to Jovic. Some of these minutes, like, realistically, you need, like, if Jaime's been a negative for majority of the season. I think it's fair to say
He's
that
been bad. No, he's just been bad.
I think 4 games he was like when he was like 6 for 6 from ever since Mexico, the motherfucker's been trash.
Yeah, the Mexico game was good. He had another game against Detroit that was pretty decent, but like he hasn't been where you wanted him to be. So I wish the leash on him would just be a little bit shorter, in particular in a cup game like this. But also he needs to stop these fucking pump fakes.
Hold on, hold on. Yeah,
come on.
Thank you, dude.
Chill out. Cup game. Nobody gives a fuck about this
cup game. What do you mean? Why do we care?
Chill, bro.
We would care if we were good about them, but we fucking suck.
Chill with you would.
Lou's like, it's a cup game. I mean, come on, guys.
Chill the fuck out, Lou.
Am I the only one who cares?
Yes.
I bet you Spo didn't even know
you were the Lakers
until he saw the court.
Dog, it can't be Alf. Please. Yo, somebody.
Guys, Lou, that's fucking.
We didn't care about a cup game?
I mean,
this is our only chance to win something this year. Why are we not caring?
Kyle, I shit you not. When I was planning my vacation and the content, Lou's like, "Oh, we really gotta cover the start of the NBA Cup. Use it by the fucking name." He said the Emirates NBA Cup.
I'm fucking crying.
He's like, "We gotta cover this like it's the fucking finals."
I mean, listen, the Lakers last year popped confetti and threw things all over the place.
They raised a banner.
As they should.
Listen, if we won it, I'd be happy. But come on, Lou. You don't make decisions because it's a cup game. You don't play fucking Jaime Jaquez in a preseason game right now.
He's exposing. All right, boys, it's the cup game. Rotation's getting shortened today.
Oh my god!
I played Rozier, Burks, and Jaquez at the same time. And
I did want to see Kashad play. If you're gonna, this is my pick. This is why.
Not in a cup game, Kyle.
No. Hold on.
Shit's winner go home.
Why is Nico not playing in a cup game?
Hey, Lou's probably happy because they saved the point differential in the cup game.
It's too late for that, G. If they would have won, we would have been talking point differential against the fucking Toronto Raptors over there. God damn.
G, it's win or stop playing on that stupid fucking court. That's what it is. It's not go home. Like,
here's my nitpick.
Cup games matter.
The guy is averaging 28 in the G League. 28 and
we're not doing Kashad. Get the fuck out.
I've got to say it. I have to say it. Why is he on the roster? Why did you pull him up to watch play?
Well, who's he going to play over right now?
Hey, is this your first rodeo? Where have you been? This is a Spo special.
No, but no. Okay, I have 2 questions for Kyle.
Kashad over.
Who's he going to play over right now? Kashad.
I would rather see Kashad than Terry.
Well, no, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Just out of what's given, what each game calls for. I'm not saying he replaces Terry. I'm saying some of the minutes you have a bunch of guys running around. Kevin Love should not have been out there. I mean, you get what you get from him at this stage of his career. And then 2, the guy was putting up points. Now, I'm not saying it all translates to said game, but effort minutes, his athleticism, and whatever he was doing down there should mean something for any game up here. It shouldn't be like this. Oh, well, we're going to randomly toss him in a game with 2 minutes left in there.
I don't know. I also listen. I think Kashad. There's a place for Kashad. I think in the NBA. I'm not sure. But I also do not care about G League numbers. Like Alondas Williams, anybody.
It's too early for Kashad. His 3-pointer's not there yet, so I'm fine with him not. Like if he would have played, it would have been to be a defensive specialist.
But
he shouldn't be playing over Nico anyways, who didn't get any minutes today.
Well, and then that's my other nitpick. You got a guy who's 6'11", who actually is 6'11", sitting on the bench, who's your playmaker. On a team, by the way, against a team that he torched the last time he played him.
But no, man, Jaime had to get minutes to do absolutely fucking nothing.
I don't even think the game plan was that they had a chance to win a game that they were down by 22 because a guy went Nova, and they made every adjustment they had to. They had doubled Lillard once in that first half. I believe it was with Love. and they just kind of swung the ball twice and got a layup. And then Spo's like, okay, never mind. After halftime, the doubles were way better. They played more agile lineups. They were doubling early, and they were moving really, really well.
And what's the only point of that game you feel like there was a fucking brain fart?
Oh, the start of the fourth, really.
Yeah.
Like the start of the fourth. And I think that you had a lot of inexperience and you had a lot of just question. I mean, Jaime has been a disaster on defense this year. I mean, I think he's gotten worse on defense, which is like, that's the one thing that's hard to do. Normally your offense stalls. I think his defense is just worse, which is insane.
And the thing is, what I see a lot of is like where he used to be really decisive with the footwork and the moves in the middle. Like he's gotten really hesitant.
The scouting reports out, Alf. He pump fakes everything. Pump fakes everything. Nobody falls for it anymore. So the footwork can only work if people are falling for the pump fakes when when you're dancing out there.
And he doesn't have quickness. He doesn't have a first step. And it's why, like, I talked about this early in late last year. I'm like, I don't see where his improvement's gonna come, because I just think that his game is kind of his game, and I don't really see where he can get that much better. I don't see him as an athlete. I think he has like things he can work on, like his shot. But I talked to Tiffany today. Tiffany makes it. She's like, what he add in the offseason? And I was
Nothing.
like,
but again,
like, she's like, what is he doing?
Hey, shout out Draft Beat. We've been fucking cooking with gas. That's what we said with him last year. Like, he's gonna come in and he's gonna work, and it's gonna work the first year because Jaime was NBA ready, as he could be as a prospect. He just needs to add to his game. I don't know if athletically he can get there, because we've seen the limitations. And if the shot doesn't come along and he's a low volume 3-point shooter who is below average when he shoots them, like, that's where it needs to come from him.
Chad says Jaime said he wanted to work on defense and threes. I have no evidence that he has done that.
But do you think, I mean, his game is relatively mid and then post down. He should be 100%. Stronger if he's going to play from the post. I think I don't
mind if he gets slower and just goes full time small ball 4 is my thing.
I don't think he can be a small ball 4. He can't defend force.
Why?
Defensively, but that's my point. Did he get stronger during the offseason? Because some of that is strength. Like, if a 4 is gonna post you up, you have to have strength hips wise. You have to be able to make sure you can hold your own, and he's not shoving you like Terry gets sometimes, shoved underneath the basket. So some of that is strength. I'm not saying strength as in get rid of like his ability to shoot the ball. Strength as in like, hey, my post game requires me to have stronger core, stronger hip movement. I already have the footwork. So I just need to be stronger because guys are not going for the pump fake. Like it worked 1 year. Second year, I'm going to need to make sure that whatever I'm doing, I can Hakeem Olajuwon these guys. That has to be the movement. The 3 can come, but it should be one of those kinds of things where he takes the 3 if it's there with an offense. Versus,
but here's my thing. If you're not excellent, like if you're not one of the top 1% of post players in this league, like it's so hard to even get post opportunities, right? So he's trying to get post opportunities, and there's just not that many out there. So when he gets a chance, he's taking it, even at times he shouldn't. And then when he does get a post opportunity, it's always like he makes either one less move or one extra move than he needs to, right?
Decisive. Is that what you mean?
It's like he's just where like last year it felt like he was doing exactly what he needed to get the shot off. This year it feels like he's either doing not enough or he's doing too much. Like it just does not feel like it doesn't feel as confident as it did last year. And like to Lou's point, the scouting reports out on him. He's going to get the ball in the post, and he's going to try, like you said, Hakeem Olajuwon on that shit. And there's going to be a lot of pump fakes. So a lot of people aren't going for the pump fakes, and now he's kind of thrown off his square. Now, here's my thing with Jaime. If it ain't working and you got nothing else to your game, like who is going to sit around for games on end waiting for Jaime to work out his post game in big 2024?
Not at this point.
You're 6'6", you're a second-year player. Like, who's gonna sit here like, oh, we gotta keep feeding Jaime in the post? Like, it's just not gonna happen. So either you figure that shit out really quick, or you find something else to your game. And we thought it was happening when he was like 6 of 6 or 6 for 7 from 3 at the beginning of the year. Then he fucking got Montezuma's revenge in fucking Mexico, and he's been trash ever since.
Anytime a guy is shooting like that hot from 3, you can't believe it.
No.
You can't believe it. You know, and Alf, I don't know if you remember, I didn't believe Duncan's shit forever. I was like, certainly this will.
No. He's too white for that to not to be real. He looked, bro. He looked like he could. He looks like when he steps on the floor, he will never miss a shot. Like not. I mean, unless he's guarded. Like, but an open 3, like Duncan Robinson looks like the quintessential white boy who steps on the floor at LA Fitness, and you're like, shooter. That's a shooter right there. Like, yo, don't leave him alone, bro. Like, so if Duncan goes fucking 15 for 15, I'm expecting to make the 16 shot. Jaime, I'm like, he a little too ethnic.
Chat says AJ Green took that title today.
Yeah, he was playing out.
But he's another one. Just
I've never seen a white person with a last name Green, by the way.
The fact that he's AJ Green, just like the NFL receiver.
Yeah, like I didn't know who AJ Green was, and I looked on the screen, and that's not what I expected.
Let me tell you something. Every time Pelle Larsson misses a shot, I'm surprised.
Blue too.
The shot form looks good though. I
don't care about the form, Kyle. It's just the way he looked.
He's a Swedish man.
He looked like he should hit everything. Like,
but there is something to say that the East, except for maybe the top 2, record-wise, a lot of the teams are separated by 1 or 2 games for the most part. Tomorrow, now I'm not gonna lie, we're running into Charlotte with LaMelo on a heater, because he's been on a heater like the last.
He's been on some nonsense.
Give me some
1 foot
minutes.
jumpers as a regular thing, which he was doing this in high school, and he would say, "Oh, he won't translate," just as a sidebar. And it's translated. So I don't know who those people are, but I hope they don't have a job. Anyway, like you said, it wasn't gonna work. Now it's working. And he's doing this stuff off the dribble, which I'm like, man, we're gonna get cooked. Because
listen, but I will say I feel like Spo always got something for LaMelo.
You're not wrong.
I feel like he always I feel like and I'm maybe not like I'm being an asshole, but like guys like dumb players like LaMelo, Trae Young, I feel like Spo always Terry Rozier. I always feel like Spo got something for their ass. Like
I'm gonna check Terry Rozier splits against Miami.
Like before he was paired up with LaMelo, I just feel like Spo always had something for Terry Rozier's ass. Like I just feel like he's got some for LaMelo. And here's the thing, like Kyle, to your point, like if they just stick with what they did tonight, right? I honestly would like to see Love in that starting lineup over Duncan, with Duncan the first or second guy off the bench. I guess it is matchup dependent, but I really like the way Love and Jimmy look on the floor together. I like the fact that Love backs up Bam on the boards really well. Love at 12 minutes per game, it's really fucking effective. I feel like it gives Ware the minutes he needs. It fixes the top. You never have to play Thomas Bryant again. It does a lot of things rotationally for me. And I guess you can play matchup dependent, like you bring in Duncan on where it's a more perimeter team. But if they stick with the way they played the rotation tonight, never play that fucking fourth quarter starting lineup again. I do think that this team can play a home first round series. Like this team is
that bad.
That's how I'm not saying this team is a championship team.
No, right.
Do not get me wrong. But this team, there is a team within this roster that is better than the play-in.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
I got to be honest with you. I think this team's better than last year by a lot.
Yeah.
Personnel-wise, I would agree.
Wait, end of last year or beginning of last year?
Just all last year. Last year.
No. Beginning of last year, Miami was cooking. Like, we need to stop. Like, they were pretty decent.
Give me Kyle, Duncan,
Haywood,
Bam, and Jimmy.
November Jaime was.
No, I forgot about that. Actually,
that was a goddamn 2 seed,
I
bro.
forgot about that.
But we were depending on Patty Mills.
That's what I'm saying.
That was later.
End of season, I'm all in. End of season last year was.
I was at a 5 Reasons watch party with Lou when
Look at me, Lou.
got traded.
I had seen enough. I left early. I left Lou. I just didn't want to watch Patty Mills play a ton of minutes. That's when I knew the season was over.
But he cooked that game.
Yeah, he cooked.
His only good game too.
And I knew that we were so fucked because he had just earned himself 5 games.
A 5-game leash off of the 20 points he gave.
Well, that's how I feel tonight when Terry played a good.
No,
I feel like
we're the only saving grace.
it was like we lost.
Terry revenge game tomorrow, Al.
It was like we lost, but at what cost?
Imagine we won.
Terry for Charlotte tomorrow. We were expecting 37 minutes.
I feel like the Incredible Hulk in Endgame. I lost twice.
I think, Alf, the way we got to spin this is look how good he played off the bench.
Is he your 6th man? Is my question.
No.
I guess it's like you know he's your 6th man because
He's a bench rotation player.
Because you paid him so much goddamn money, and you traded a 1st-round pick.
Yeah.
I asked this on the timeline. Is it going to go down as one of the worst trades in Miami Heat history?
It won't because people hated worse. Lowry so much, but it should. It's like literally.
Oh, there was worse.
They like fucked their future. They gave up the most valuable thing they had, and they got back a guy that's just actively making them worse.
They got back a guy who they're going to bring off the bench at best.
And they're bringing him off the bench only because they traded a 1st-round pick for him. They traded an expiring contract, and they're paying him $30 million a year?
25, yep.
Well, like they have to play him at some point. But if all things were equal, he wouldn't get minutes at this point.
If Duncan had the stretch that he had,
oh my God,
he wouldn't even be on the bench.
No. It would send him home contract detrimental. Like
contract detrimental.
They take his locker away.
Yeah.
Think about what you've done.
Handing out towels.
Dude would be sitting with 5 reasons in the fucking media section.
But like the high one when like ESPN comes to this, Alex and Brady
by the fucking Marino jersey.
Yeah. He would officially join 3-man in the 3.
Old man in the 3.
That's where they used to fucking put me. They used to put me and Alex during ESPN games when we were with 5 Reasons.
You guys used to be in the press level.
Motherfucker, we was up there by the. When I say we were by the Marino jersey, I'm not.
I know that's called the press level. I used to work right there.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know what the fuck that shit was called. Like,
yeah, it's only for the press, but the press only came when they were like when LeBron was in town.
Bro, all they would give you up there was like there was a bowl with a free chips,
chips and a soda machine,
and that motherfucker would run out of cups like halfway through the first quarter, and nobody came to bring more cups. They was like, you motherfuckers is on your own, scrubs. It was like us and fucking Telemundo up there. It was nasty work.
That would never happen to Ireland.
It's funny because it was ESPN deportation.
Yeah, it was nasty work. It wasn't even Telemundo. It was like Univision, whatever the lesser of the two is. It was us, the lesser of the Telemundo, Univision,
and 3 security guards.
It sounds like they put all the minorities up there. Is what it sounds like.
My black ass was up there just.
Chris Perkins?
No. It was real nasty work up there.
They would have put Brady up there.
Nah, Brady never got up there, bro. Like
the minority box.
The minority box in the chat. That's fucked
Brady and Ira got a good view.
Ira don't even know what that fucking level looks like. He has never even seen that bitch. Nah. Yeah, it was nasty work up there, man.
That's just so funny.
Ira is the point of attack defender of the Miami Heat.
That motherfucker's relentless. You seen him in a scrum? Never seen anyone attack like that. The Heat need that.
Oh,
bro, I'm telling you, you know what? I was going to go into one of my tirades that gets me like banned from fucking local radio. Let me shut the fuck up. Anyway, I'll say it anyway. Like you have to have you have to be weird as fuck to be a good fucking beat reporter. Like all the fucking really, really good beat reporters are off, in my opinion. Like, yo, you got Barry and fucking Ira and fucking. I'm like, I'm over here like, nah, son, I ain't getting in that mix. Fuck all that.
Elbows getting shoved.
Yeah, like like first of all,
on defense.
I think
Ira
Barry
shoved me
and
too hard.
Ira
I'm
are
knocking
amazing.
Ira the fuck out. That's why I can't be a fucking beat reporter. That's why they took my goddamn credential away. Because I'm like, yo, this shit is weird, bro. Like the whole thing was fucking weird to me. Like the whole thing. Like they would just fucking body you, and they was like, "Oh, you gotta respect Ira get his question first." I'm like, "Nigga, I don't give a fuck about this goddamn question. Like, what is happening here?" I'm sorry.
What is he
but
gonna ask that I need to respect?
Yeah, it's just
He asked
I
some
love
really
Ira.
wild
I will
questions.
not take this. I think Ira's amazing.
I'm not saying anything's wrong with Ira. I'm like, you got to be a different kind of fucking animal to fucking be at the front of that media scrum and carry
Ira's
that
culture.
goddamn money. I'm talking about day after day,
82.
week after week to get the fucking Duncan Robinson quote, to get the Alec Burks fucking exclusive. Like
Mo
I'm
Harkless.
telling you, I can never do the job because I don't
Harkless.
fucking care that much.
So Ira is basically the Gabe Vincent of
Alphonse.
He reporters.
Listen, Gabe is going through it. They're slandering him online every day. I hate to see it happen to him.
Bring my king back.
I hate to see it. I don't want him back.
I'll take him over Terry.
It's over. But he just is Max playing? Is he hurt?
Max is hurt.
He's been hurt all year.
Tiff has been
And
oddly
when he gets
quiet.
back, the Cavs are gonna get better. That much I can tell you.
Yeah, he's
Hera
good.
is the Chris.
He
Wynn.
definitely hooped for them last season.
He was great. And yeah, guys. So listen, Miami, they're okay. And I think that's what we all kind of came to. They're who we thought they were. They're okay. They're gonna have moments where look at that. They put together a 20-7 run or something.
29-6.
Start of that fourth quarter. That's what they're gonna do. And I gotta be honest, that's our show. We've gone pretty long. Shout out to Al, shout out to Kyle, shout out to Lou. We're on tomorrow, so I will see you tomorrow. Who are they playing? They're playing the Hornets. So back-to-back days of us. I'm back. I'm ready to work. I want to give a quick thanks to Alf, Tiff, Lou, Frankie, Pablo, everybody, Kyle, everybody that held it the fuck down while I was gone. I was gone for like over 2 weeks, and everybody stepped the fuck up.
Wait, you were gone?
Yeah. No, I know. It was great. Everybody was happy. I checked the YouTube comments. Everybody seemed so happy that I wasn't there, and Frankie and Lou and you were. But I'm here to ruin y'all's lives again. I'm so bad.
I had no idea.
Chad asked, how was the 7-Eleven? I'll tell you this. I missed that shit. I missed this. Alf, you know that you can just get alcohol at 7-Eleven in Japan and just open it and walk around the city and drink it?
You can do that in fucking Louisiana.
Bro, I did that in Woodwood 2 fucking weeks ago.
Is that illegal out there?
Bro, like you in this fucking Japan shit, bro. Like no one's impressed. Like
Alf Alf just said, I'm so glad he's back. I was sick of seeing pictures of fish.
Bro, like this fucking I had dirty fish at the fucking
it was aged fish. It was
the
aged
cafe
fish.
Quan Lin, and it was the most amazing experience of my life. It was a religious experience. My nuts went into my stomach. It was so wonderful. like the way, first of all, the way you describe shit makes me fucking hate it. Like I'm sure I would like Japan. It'd probably be fucking weird because I'd probably be they would look at me like I was a fucking alien. But I'm like, the way you fucking describe Japan makes me fucking never want to go. Like, I just don't want. I feel like I'd be in the worst anime episode ever. Like, you just make it seem so fucking terrible. And I love you to death, G. But God, I went to a cafe in Beijing, and it was whatever. Fuck, it's a fucking worse.
You're canceled, dog. You're canceled.
Whatever.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.